board had indicated to him that the properties were available for allocation on a temporary basis. He paid the 6 months rent. When he went there, some of them he would find people there, and he went back to the secretary and requested the secretary to refund the rent for Amobet and handle it administratively. And he indicated to me that that out of those 3 were handled in respect to custodian, the executive secretary and people in custodian board withdrawing location because of the report that he brought to them.
So which were those 3? The ones which were withdrawn?
I don't have the details here.
Did they include 29, Acacia?
No, because when he brought a problem of all the 4, the one of Acacia, the person had gone to court. And so the matter is actually before court.
Yes, and did they tell you that they had gone to court against your company?
Yes, Mr. Mubiru brought all the challenge for the 4.
Yes, and one of them, he said your company has just been sued.
Pardon?
And one of them, he informed you that your company had been sued.
Yes.
Now, I'm just really wondering how this company operates. You don't know about what your employee is doing. He goes, applies for prime properties. The first time you get to learn about it is when you've been sued. Do you still employ Mr. Mubiru?
Like I stated, the 2 of us gave him permission. We gave him task to operate the company, but get back to us when he finds difficulties.
My question is, do you still employ him?
Yes.
The person who operates with this level of recklessness. The first time you hear, I can imagine if one of my employees turned up to me and said, boss, you've just been sued. And I say, why? Well, you see, I went and did this and now you have a lawsuit. I would believe it.
Yeah, but when he came back to us, he explained that the custodian board people had assured him that they had done due diligence and that the temporary allocation would not get into difficulties. And when he found those difficulties, he went back to them and said, please refund for me the rent for the company. And administratively, they were able to handle the other 3. They started handling this one administratively, but the person went to court. So for me, as one of the shareholders...
But what refund are you talking about? Because they only asked for 550,000 shillings.
But it was paid. Yes.
So that is the administrative handling. Give me back my 550,000.
No, it was paid for 6 months.
For 6 months.
Yes.
So it would come to about 6 million, 7 million, 8 million, less than 10.
Like I said, the payment was for the 4 properties.
Okay.
All the rents together for the 6 months. But on the 3, when he got challenges, he went back. They administratively handled it and requested for refund of rent for the 3. So those one had no issue after that. Then what remained an issue which could not be handled administratively was this particular one, because the matter was before court. Yes.
But maybe there is something you did to make the matter go before court.
Pardon?
Maybe there is something that you did to make the matter go before court yourself. What the fact that you still have Mubiru suggests to me that you actually approved of all his adventures.
Why I still have Mubiru is because it's not only, you don't judge a person by one activity. He has done for us other businesses that we have seen he has done well. So for us who are in business is a risk. So when somebody...
Let me ask you, Honorable Minister, this is really important for a person who is holding a position of a minister in the government, a cabinet minister. When you keep saying, for us who do business, I'm beginning to wonder where is the line between business and official business. It is casual to say for us who do business, easy to say that. But look here, we are dealing with a situation where a property on which you are a board member, properties, not one, properties, on which you are a board member, because or on account of you being a minister, are in issue. It stops being for us who do business. It starts being I'm mixing my business of government with my business. So no. The casual for us who do business, it doesn't sit well.
I answered him because he had specifically asked why we are still keeping Mubiro. If he had asked another question, maybe I would have answered differently. But when he told me, why are you still keeping Mubiro, I had to really indicate that for us in business, and
so
my Lord...
Are you in business or in government?
My Lord...
What is the role of a government minister? Is a government minister allowed to do private business 24/7? I mean, I'm asking this a question. I also don't know the answer.
My Lord, I have not found any law that bars ministers and members of parliament from doing business. The leadership code talks about maybe declaring. Now, in the context of, like I said, Amobet was incorporated in 2008.
Thank you very much. And that there is no problem with that. The only problem is that the moment you become a minister, a member of cabinet, then you have got to review all your relationships to make sure they do not conflict with your current role as a cabinet minister. And that happens after 2016.
That I've taken note of that one. I will assess all the other businesses.
Now, you did not know.
Pardon?
You know, everybody is supposed to know the law. Everybody. It's not for lawyers. Everybody is supposed to know the law. Are you saying up to now you didn't realize that there is the Leadership Code Act 2002 as amended would look very suspiciously upon such activity? And Council, please don't write answers. And for Council, don't do anything that makes us ask the Honourable Minister to find another council to sit next to her. We prefer that you behave professionally. Is that all right?
Excuse me, my Lord, I have not got the
Leadership Code Act.
No, the leadership, that's why, my Lord,
the Leadership Code Act.
Yes, I know.
But I'm thinking, are you saying that you're realizing for the first time that you ought to have reassessed all your relationships and business concerns?
Under the Leadership Code Act, it does not bar a serving leader from doing business.
However, it does bar conflict of interest. It does bar influence peddling. It does bar anything that leads to a business, a leader in this community, a leader in this country, doing anything contrary to what their role would demand. It does bar that. I can't believe that you'd think that the Leadership Code Act says it's all right. Just go on and do whatever you want to do and still have these public offices.
I did not state that, my Lord. What I stated is that, number one, it does not bar a leader from doing business. On the conflict of interest, influence, peddling, and so on, I take cognizance, and I have indicated to you that
my question was, are you saying up to now you did not know that you have now taken cognizance? Before that you didn't know?
No, what I'm stating in this circumstance, you are saying, have I assessed my businesses?
You should have assessed them. Don't tell us whether you're assessing them now. I'm saying, you mean up to now you had not assessed them?
The businesses I'm doing as of now has not led to that.
Really?
Yes.
And that is the reason we are sitting right here? So as we're sitting right here, you don't see anything wrong?
According to me, my Lord, the person who works for us in the company took an initiative to venture into business, later got a problem.
Okay,
and
it's all right, Honorable Council, please do continue.
Can I sorry.
Go ahead.
Mr. Minister, I want to take you back to the question.
Not Mr.
Madam, Honorable Minister, I'm sorry. I want to take you back to the question raised by the chair about your position as a minister in getting involved, your company getting involved in properties which are owned by government. Your company, and you being a board member, you allowed your company, you as a managing director, according to the registration here, you are the managing director. You allowed you and your company to trade into the properties of the government. Is that can you give some clarification on that? Is that normal?
Can I consult him whether I also address him as my lord? Can I consult? My lord, I stated earlier that Amobet, through our worker, applied, and at the time he applied, it did not come to my knowledge that he had applied for a temporary location. However, when he met challenges and reported to me, and as a person with the majority share, I then permitted him to relinquish and get back the rent. So when I intervened, upon his informing me of the circumstance, those interests were relinquished and we requested back for our money for rent.
Yeah, Madam Minister,
yes.
When did you know that the so-called managing director of yours applied for those government properties? When did you know?
I think
and didn't you give an approval as a director, as a managing director, that please go ahead?
No, because it was temporary.
No, even if it was temporary. If somebody comes to you and says, look, I am going to do this as a managing director, whether temporary or permanent, it doesn't matter. Didn't you know that what your MD is going to apply is government property, of which you've got the responsibility to look after?
My lord,
as a Minister of Lands.
My lord, like I stated at the beginning, the person applied, and at the time he applied, I did not have knowledge. The knowledge came to me when he met challenges. And when he came to me when he met challenges, I advised him that you go and relinquish the company's interests and get back the rent that was paid.
Maybe if I may come in again here, Honorable Minister, this is the problem. Really, one of the biggest problems you have is the way you responded to these challenges, because rather than what you're saying, you actually got even more deeply involved. I want you to look at these two letters. And the first letter, my lord, I'm showing her is a letter from Bitangara and Company Advocates of January 30th, 2018. And then the second one is a letter in response. Just start with the Bitangara and Company letter, right? That letter was responding to Mr. Mubiru's notice to vacate that he had given the existing tenants. The existing tenants went to their landlord, who they knew had repossessed the property, and they said, look what's happening here. And he went to the lawyers. He's on being informed, he goes to his lawyers write a long letter. They write it to a company called Amobet. Actually, at that stage, Mr. Patel did not know who Amobet was. Did not know that you were involved with Amobet. He just knew that a company called Amobet was claiming his property from the blue, had been threatened to vacate, and other things like that. So the lawyers write you a detailed, they write not you, they write to Amobet A detailed letter. That is the first letter I've seen. Isn't that so? And
yes, this letter.
Yes. Now, who responds? It is not Amobet that responds. The next letter is your letter, isn't it? Let's read the first paragraphs of your own letter, the second letter I've given you.
That's
who
right.
Who writes to Bitangaro?
Council, I had earlier said that
You.
us
About the challenges.
About the challenges, and he brought this letter together with the later a plaint.
Yes, but
now
did he notify you as the Minister for Lands or as his boss?
For Mubiro.
Yes.
He notified me as the shareholder
of Amobet.
So
that's
however, yes.
And the letter from Peter from Bitangaro, is it copied to you as the Minister for Lands?
No, that's why I said this one.
Yes.
Later, when the challenge came, Mr. Mubiro brought it to my attention.
And he comes to you as the director of Amobet.
Yes.
As his boss and owner of the property. That's fair enough.
Yes.
Why is it the Minister of Lands who is responding to the lawyer?
I was
That's not really my question. You read your letter. You read your letter responding to Bitangaro.
Yes, I want to bring another.
No. Just read the letter first.
Production of Mr. Toshak Munabai Patel.
Just start with the right-hand corner, who is writing, the date, to whom it's written, and then production.
The Office of the Minister, Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, PO Box 7096, Kampala, 5th February 2018, Ms. Bitangaro and Company Advocate. The letter is dated 5th February 2018.
Yes.
Our attention has been drawn to your letter indicating that you represent Mr. Toshak Munubai Patel of PO Box 2287, Kampala. We have been trying to get in touch with your client to come and answer certain issues related to possible forgery on land title as per the report from Custodian Board. Investigations to locate him have been futile, yet is required at the Commission of Inquiry into Land Matters. I am instructing you to produce him to the Ministry Boardroom on 15th February 2018 at 10 a.m., where we shall meet with him, with officials from Departed Agents, Custodian Board, and other government officials. By copy of this letter, Chairman and Secretary Kampala District Land Board, Commissioner Land Registration, Executive Secretary, Departed Agents, Property Custodian Board are invited to attend.
Right. So that is your letter is written by Amobet.
Prudential, with over 170 years of existence. Don't worry about your child's future education. Be happy with True EduSave, and let's face life together. Tulinawi. Prudential.
Sorry, there just isn't any opportunity. If opportunity won't come to me, I'll create it.
Have no fear, the opportunities are endless with super data and swift bundles on MTN Pulse. Hit *157# to join MTN Pulse and activate Pulse bundles.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
With Pepsi today.
NTV omumuli tubalamusizaako nnyo tuzzeemu ku kikeerezi munaatusaasira naye kivudde ku mirimu ate eminene gigenda maaso mu ggwanga ate nga mu mulimu gwa NTV okubeera wakati w'ensonga naawe azigoberera naye tujja kutambula mpola mu budde buno bwetusigazaayo Evis Senono waali agenda balamusa akaatera ne Dennis Bosa
balamusizaako abalabe b'omuli mwenna okubeera nga we muli naawe babuuzaako.
Okay, mwebale kubanga mukyekumidde mu kaseera kano nga David wabagambye okuba nti tutandise mu kikeerezi naye programu ebyemizannyo byo bisigala bitambula nga bulijjo bitirivu obungi nga bwe tunaaba tubigerageramu.
Ku by'ettaka lyo ogendi mu kakiiko
akakiiko bwe baba banyodde bwe batyo minisita nange ntiddemuko kyensuubira nti artist akakiiko kano singa kalumamuko kubanga ebyama bivaayo naye
tekanali wagula ettaka
olabika oba ovunaanyizibwa lubalaza lwokka
nze ettaka ndiina
katukulinde mu kakiiko. Tutandike ne liigi y'ababinywera nga bwe twakonyeko olunaku lwajjo olwaleero taaki egenda kunywa wiki tugenda gitwaliriza nga tuli bize mupiira gwa Azam Uganda
eteeba bwe badde esamba naye ndowooza bagenda kukomawo bagaterumu amagye bagire Vipers bwe baya kuwangula omupiira guno erina kutunyanya foomu ya Milton Kalisa naddala ng'ali mu kitundu gye yakulira ng'amanyi ne reception gy'agenda okufuna naye byonna bw'obitunulira nga GJSS terina basambi goyinza okugamba omukugu babalirako mu Museseno ne Bashir Mutanda olaba nga yeyongera okunafuwamu ate nga Vipers yabadde ekomezawo ne baayisobola kuba tebatravelinze olaba